The story of Yostin and his musquera. A 35-year-old Colombian national begins in 2012 when he first connected with Alfonso online. Albert, aged 62, was interested in extreme sexual activities and started communicating with musquera via Skype. Musquera, who worked in the adult film industry and posted explicit content online, began a transactional relationship with Albert. Albert paid musquera for sexual videos, which became increasingly extreme over time. Financial transactions and videos. By 2017, Albert was regularly sending money to musquera. Between May 2022 and February 2024, Albert paid musquera around £6,000 in 72 transactions. Additionally, from January to June 2024, Albert sent £900 via MoneyGram. In return, musquera posted over 100 videos and images with extreme sexual content on online platforms. Albert shared these videos on an extreme pornography website, earning £17,500. Musquera later claimed in court that he didn't know Albert was sharing his videos, but in 2023 he signed a consent from allowing Albert to distribute them. First in-person meeting in 2023. Albert invited musquera to England, covering all expenses. In October 2023, musquera stayed with Albert and his civil partner Paul Longworth at their flat on Scots Road, Shepherd's Bush, London. The trio also travelled to Brington together, where musquera enjoyed a zip-line activity. On the surface, their trip seemed friendly, but the relationship between musquera and Albert was rooted in money and sexual transactions. In March 2024, Albert and Paul traveled to Cartagena, Colombia, where Albert invited musquera to join them, again covering his expenses. Friends warned Paul about the risk of traveling to Colombia, but the couple went anyway. During the trip, the three stayed at a luxury resort, took a speedboat ride, and appeared happy in photos. Musquera returned to the UK in June 2024. Albert arranged a guest gym membership, enrolled him in an English language course, and added him to a 5-side football team's WhatsApp group, all at Albert's expenses. During this time, musquera created more extreme videos with Albert. In July 2024, musquera began researching disturbing topics on his laptop, including where on the head is a knock fatal and how long does it take for a body to decompose. He also searched for a chest freezer on Facebook Marketplace. These searches indicated he was planning the murders. He further researched the value of Albert and Paul's flat and their bank accounts, accessing a spreadsheet containing their online banking passwords. 8 July 2024, musquera killed Paul Longworth, aged 71, by striking him with a hammer, fracturing his skull. Paul's body was hidden in the storage compartment of a divan bed. Later that evening, when Albert returned home from work, musquera stabbed him 22 times in the torso, face, and neck during a sexual act. The attack was recorded by cameras Albert had installed in the bedroom for filming sexual activities. After the murder, musquera, covered in blood and naked, was recorded singing and dancing. 9 July 2024, dismembering the bodies. The next day, musquera dismembered both victims' bodies. He placed their heads in a chest freezer he had ordered on 9 July. The remaining body parts were packed into 2 suitcases. He also attempted to access Albert's bank accounts, trying to transfer £4,000 to his account in Colombia, but the attempt failed. On 10 July 2024, musquera hired a van and driver to transport the suitcases to Clifton Suspension Bridge in Bristol, 116 miles from London. Around 11:30 p.m., after England's football match ended, he was spotted at the bridge with the suitcases, which were leaking blood. When locals, including a cyclist and bridge staff, questioned him, he claimed the suitcases contained oil and fat. A cyclist recorded a video of him, which later helped the police. Police searched the Shepherd's Bush flat and found the victim's head in the freezer. An address labeled on one of the suitcases led police back to Scots Road. At 2 a.m. on 13 July, musquera was arrested outside Bristol Temple Meads railway station. July 2025. Trial and conviction. Musquera's first trial at the Old Bailey was halted due to the issues with evidence timing, and the jury was discharged. A retrial took place at Woolwich Crown Court in July 2025. Musquera claimed Albert's death was manslaughter due to a loss of control, and even alleged that Albert killed Paul. However, the prosecution used CCTV, digital evidence, and forensic proof to show musquera planned both murders. On 21 July 2025, after 5 hours and 3 minutes of deliberation, the jury found musquera guilty of both murders. The judge announced a life sentence with a psychiatric report ordered to determine the minimum term. Sentencing is scheduled for 24 October 2025. According to the prosecution, musquera's motive was financial. He researched the value of Albert and Paul's flat and their bank accounts, attempting to access their money and open a bank account in his name. This was part of his premeditated plan. The case shocked and saddened the UK's LGBTQ+ community. Friends described Albert and Paul as a loving and caring couple. Musquera's actions deeply affected their families, friends, and the communities in Bristol and London.